one that I think is great, whether you're traveling or just having a hectic day, is journaling. So, just if you give yourself a piece of paper and you decide, I'm just going to write without stopping until I just fill up this page, that will help you to tune into yourself. And when you're traveling, or even just having a hectic day, that can be a good one, to your point of checking in with yourself and really figuring out what's going on with yourself so that you can meet your needs. Also, this whole thing about having social support and relationships really is more important than I think we sometimes realize. Sometimes we think of spending time with our friends or staying connected to our social support as, just the fun stuff. Like, well, I have to work out or I have to do my job, and if there's time for social life, then that's great. But it's important to know that as a clinical psychologist, I can tell you that we actually assess the quality and quantity of a person's social relationships. That's considered a marker of that person's functioning, and it's considered a big resource, as a big mitigator when they're under stress. So giving yourself permission to mentally reframe for yourself that you're never too busy to have friends and to keep in touch with your friends. And yes, it's fun and it feels good, but you can also remind yourself that this is actually also an important form of self-care. And one final thing when you are traveling that I really recommend to people is to schedule some video calls with the people that matter to you. More than phone, video actually really helps in our brains. We have these things called mirror neurons that actually will respond with whatever's in front of us. And so when you see somebody on the phone saying, hey, it's good to see you, that it really lifts you up in a different level. Also, having those calls scheduled gives you that same sense of social support before the call even happens. So just knowing that it's on the books, much like when people book a vacation, they start experiencing the stress relief just as soon as they push buy on the tickets, even if the vacation isn't for a month. In the same way, knowing when and where and how you're going to connect with someone, it gives you that same advanced benefit.